Kilmar Abrego Garcia.
With our community by our side, and with our family by our side.
Detained again after returning home. The House continues its investigation into Jeffrey Epstein.
Alex Acosta should be accountable.
A former South Florida attorney will be interviewed. And the Marlins trying to make a late season push.
There's a drive in the air to right center field. This is deep.
With a win over their rivals. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Paula Sirignano.
And I'm Anthony Cruz, and today is August 26, 2025.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Race to rescue as a little girl finds herself trapped in a storm drain. Heavy rain and a broken water main created dangerous conditions in Sarasota Sunday evening, where the child was pulled into a storm drain and rushed to the hospital in critical condition.
Caplin News reporter Duvasana Pisundial is live from North Miami with more. Duvasana?
Good morning, Anthony and Paula. Neighbors watched helplessly as 4 feet of water flooded their street, sweeping a little girl nearly 100 yards inside of a storm drain. Investigators say it happened just after 6 o'clock Sunday night. The young girl, playing near a culvert with other children, suddenly pulled into a storm drain by a powerful current that developed when the busted water main started gushing.
Basically, it looked like a waterfall. There was water just rushing down the street.
Is that water in the street?
You can see the water running down the street.
Neighbor Tom McGee shared this Ring doorbell video. In it, you can see about 4 feet of water flooding their street, emergency crews arriving, and minutes later, several of them running to the west as they realize the little girl has been swept into the pipe.
Don't know where that is. I don't know, how she could have fallen in, but there was enough water there that if there was a hole in the ground somewhere, somebody walking through there could easily fall in.
The little girl was swept nearly 100 yards before firefighters were able to pull her from the drain. She was then rushed to Sarasota Memorial Hospital.
Everyone was just, they were so great. All the officers, the firefighter, everyone was.
A woman at the family's home, just 2 houses away from where the collapse happened, declined to give her name, but said they were grateful to rescue workers and asked for prayers.
They're saying it's gonna take a miracle, so we ask, please pray for a miracle, because our God can do miracles, and He still is doing miracles. She did so many miracles to bring her up out of there.
Neighbors like McGee say they first realized something was wrong when their water pressure suddenly dropped and streets began to flood. He ran outside to see what had happened, and now, like most here, knows the sad outcome.
Thoughts and prayers with them constantly. As soon as we saw that there was a child, we were.
The child continues to be in critical condition at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. Reporting live for Caplin News, I'm Duvasana Basindial.
Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the man wrongfully deported to El Salvador back in March, is fighting for his freedom. Garcia returned to the U.S. back in June, only to be charged with human smuggling. As CNN's Mike Helgren reports, he continues to fight to stay in the U.S. with another deportation looming.
The people, united, will never be defeated.
Hundreds of people stood by Kilmar Abrego Garcia as he held hands with his wife Jennifer and addressed the crowd outside Baltimore's Federal Building.
Nunca pierdan la esperanza.
Never lose hope.
We will continue to fight, not just for Kilmar, exactly what he wants for him, but also for the rest of our immigrant community and for our democracy.
Those moments over the weekend, celebrating with his family for the first time since his arrest and wrongful deportation to El Salvador in March, were short-lived. In a chaotic scene, Abrego Garcia was mobbed as he went up the steps of the federal building to check in with Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Inside, WJZ captured him hugging his wife through the windows of the building. 45 minutes later, she came outside in tears and was rushed into a waiting SUV, leaving without comment. Her husband had been taken into custody again.
He's currently charged with human smuggling, including children. The guy needs to be in prison. He doesn't need to be on the streets like all these liberals want him to be.
WJZ has learned the government moved Abrego Garcia to a facility in Virginia. They've now signaled they may deport him to Uganda, prompting an emergency lawsuit from his attorney. He was also offered asylum in Costa Rica if he took a plea deal on human smuggling charges. Abrego Garcia's lawyers call that vindictive. While everything gets sorted out, Judge Paula Zinnes told the Trump administration they are absolutely forbidden from removing him from the continental United States.
Mike Helgren, WJZ.
Controversy arises in the Windy City as President Trump announced that the next city for federal takeover will be Chicago. Democratic leaders are pushing back, balloting for the residents that they will be fighting against this.
The next city on the list for federal takeover, according to President Trump, it's Chicago.
I made the statement that next should be Chicago because, as you all know, Chicago is a killing field right now.
Trump claims that crime is up in Chicago despite city statistics showing that violent crime is down by double digits in Chicago. But Trump says locals want his involvement.
It needs to happen. It's no law and order.
I mean, if you got the National Guard right there, are you going to rob somebody right there in front of the National Guard? No, you're not.
Democratic lawmakers in Illinois are pushing back.
As the mayor of this city, I can tell you that Chicagoans are not calling for a military occupation. They are calling for the same thing that we've been calling for some time, and that's investment.
It's unclear how many troops Trump might send and when. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says they are being targeted because they're a blue city and a blue state. And at a news conference on Monday said very directly, do not come to Chicago.
This is about the President of the United States and his complicit lackey, Stephen Miller, searching for ways to lay the groundwork to circumvent our democracy, militarize our cities, and end elections. There is no emergency in Chicago that calls for armed military intervention.
Pritzker says if Trump deploys National Guard members to Illinois, they'll sue. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
As the House Oversight Committee continues its investigation into the Jeffrey Epstein case this morning, a former South Florida attorney will be questioned. The committee announced yesterday that former Trump Labor Secretary and U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida, Alex Acosta, will voluntarily appear before the panel next month. Acosta granted Epstein a plea deal in 2008 that saw him plead guilty to state charges and avoid federal ones. The controversy surrounding that decision would later lead to Acosta resigning as President Donald Trump's labor secretary in 2019.
Absolutely. Alex Acosta should be accountable for that and answer questions for why that deal ever happened. Because if that deal hadn't happened, this case would have been over long ago, and we wouldn't be talking about this many years later.
The House committee also filed a new subpoena to Epstein's estate for, quote, documents and communications in its possession, custody, or control in unredacted form.
Nearly 200 former and current federal agency employees sent a warning letter to Congress regarding recent changes. On Monday, FEMA workers accused the Trump administration of eroding the agency's response capabilities and appointing unqualified leadership. The letter, titled Katrina Declaration, warned about the possibility of failures similar to the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, asking to be protected from political interference.
We are still over a month away from Heat basketball, but Coach Eric Spoelstra is back on site.
And that's still ahead, and so is the story.
The most scared I've ever been in my life because I didn't know what was going to happen.
A true miracle, a Florida man is alive after nearly surviving a lightning strike. Don't go anywhere. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
A true miracle. A Florida man lives to tell the tale after surviving a lightning strike last Monday.
And it was 30-year-old Travis Kurtz who was struck outside a pizza shop in Seminole. He was seen by the pizza shop owner, Mark Risotto, who was able to help him and call 911. Kurtz says the pain he felt was unimaginable.
Every single muscle in my body contracted to the point where I couldn't function, I couldn't talk, I couldn't walk, I couldn't do anything. And that's the best way I can explain the amount of pain. It was unbearable.
Kurtz says he is still struggling with memory loss and motor skills.
We're still over a month out from the start of the NBA season, so a summer reunion is always great for fans to see. And Heat coach Erik Spoelstra is back this morning after traveling across the Atlantic to see some of his players light it up in Eurobasket. Coach Spo was spotted in Stockholm watching Pelle Larsson play against Sweden and in Belgrade to watch his other young forward Nikola Jovic playing for Serbia.
And the postseason may be a long shot for the Marlins, but that doesn't mean they aren't giving up hope, scoring a big win against their rival in the Atlanta Braves. After Troy Johnston broke the ice by doubling on a fly ball to center field that sent Otto Lopez home, Maximo Acosta cracked a homer in the 8th to take a 2-run lead. The Marlins would not relinquish it. Final score was Braves 1, Marlins 2. They will look to continue this momentum tonight in the second game of the series. Don't go anywhere, you're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
Stand is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Paula Siniñano.
And I'm Anthony Cruz. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.